Hello, my name is C, and today I'm unboxing for you from DiamondArtClub. I have two new releases, one restock that I'm super excited about. Wow, I'm excited about all three of these. But anyways, I'm going to do a full look at probably autumn letters since it is the smallest. And then a quicker snapshot look at these two. We'll look at the canvases, we'll look at the specials, that kind of deal. So, let's jump right on into this. Alright, to start us off with, we have Autumn Letter by Ivy Dollamore, 55.6 by 55.6. You can see that full rendering here, but it also wraps around the box. All the pink, and our circle points towards a round kit. On the side here, we also have that rendering again, followed by our color count, how it works on the back, kit contents, warnings, etc. And then on the bottom, we have all that kit information again, so if you stack things on top of each other, you can easily find your kits. Alright. In our toolkit, we have baggies. You can use these to get up into, store extra diamonds, whatever you wish. And then we have our twist and pick pen. So this is actually loaded up with DiamondArtClub's own putty, wax, whatever you would like to call it. Twist this bit enough and it slowly comes out the end there. And then there's a spot for your multi-placer. That one's a 4, and in here we have 7 pink art racks, and then more of that refill that's in the pen, and a nice large tray. Okay. Sorry, you're gonna see this. If you would like to know more information about it, pop on over to one of my vlogs that has tattoo in the title. Anyways, so in here we have our thank you pamphlet, which includes tips and tricks, how to use that pen, step-by-step instructions, QR codes to the app, kit contents, and then the Facebook group. Great place to see, you know, kits being worked on, ask questions, all that fun jazz. And then we have our trading quest card. So there is 4 tiers to these things: bronze, silver, gold, and black. Collect enough of each tier and you can redeem them for rewards like gift cards, or the highest tier being a custom. So this one is a bronze. It's still very, very cute. I love these treasure quest cards. And then we have our sticker sheet. So all of this is a sticker. We have the name of the kit, the artist, and then we have start and end date, the full artwork here, and then our kit information. So it is 80 colors, round, the size, and the SKU. Inside here, we have our stickers. These are all individually cut. And we can see anything in front of it is a special. So we have 2 ABs, 1 frosted, 3 fairy dusts. I will point those out when we get to the colors. Oh, but this is such a pretty color scheme. Oh, oh, I love that. Especially like this range in here. That's gonna be fun. Okay, let's break into the kit. Oh, this is the bottom. Okay, definitely. Oh, that's it. There is the top of the kit. Let me zoom out just a touch more. There we go. So that's pretty much the entire thing. This is adorable. Oh, it's so cute and little. I'm actually gonna roll this backwards. Say any board glue kit like DiamondArtClubs, you could totally do this with. You don't have to. DiamondArtClub kits are self-flattening. I'm just doing this to speed it up a touch. Nailed it. Okay, So as I was saying earlier, yeah, this is gorgeous. And I can see more places for color blocking and some more confetti heavy spots. I'll get into that in just a second. But if you were to take a quick look at what's on here. So up at the very top, your Do What Makes You Sparkle, DiamondArtClub, the legend on the left, top left, bottom right. It pretty much is left and right because there's very little space left on either side of this thing. For 80 colors in this small kit, that's a lot. Anyways, we have the thumbnail, the image at the bottom, the SKU, the name of the kit, the size, and then the artist and copyright. So DiamondArtClub legally licenses all of the kits. It just means the artist is given permission and is being fairly compensated for the use of their work. And then we have discount code, so DiamondArtClub socials, and then the lifetime warranty. So if you run out of a diamond, something spills, whatever it may be, you end up with the wrong color, you could contact them and they'll get you sorted. So the next thing that you might notice is these gray dotted lines. This is actually DiamondArtClub's own perforated cover, so these lines are actually pre-cut. So all I have to do is give it a little tug and the cover will rip along those. So neat little addition. I don't use them, but I think they're kind of neat. Anyways, let me zoom in for a second. And I can show you, well, this is a perfect spot. This would be a great look here at what confetti is. So you have a bunch of colors in a small section. So we'll be changing out things a lot more compared to, let's very quickly just scoot you into her hat. So you can see this is all one symbol here. That would be color blocking. So you're using the same color over a larger area. So that's the difference between the two. And yeah, I'm seeing a lot more color blocking in the detailings up top here, but then more confetti down in the bottom, if that makes sense. Okay, let's take a peek at the diamonds. So here is the colors. It's kind of tricky to see. The bags are really small in this one. Followed by the sticker on the front. So you have the SKU and the name of the kit. Okay. I typically don't read out the DMCs. I get tongue-tied. But I will pause once I get to any sort of specials and just explain what they are. But so far, tons of browns, which I expected. Probably still many more to come, but they're very pretty. It's like the perfect autumn kit. And we just have itty bitty bags. But some fun colors in here, like those pinks and oranges. Oh! This one's gonna be hard to see, but this is Z948. Z is a fairy dust, so it has this like light mica powder brushed onto the top of it. So it kind of gives it that silvery sheen to it. It's easier to see on darker colors, so maybe one of the other ones, it would be a little easier to see. But that is our first special. Yeah, those bright oranges are going to be fun. That yellow and pink. Sorry, peach. Even smaller handfuls. Yeah, for 80 colors, I expected there to be lots of bags like this. And our next special, this is AB 3078. So AB stands for Aurora Borealis, is that iridescent coating that you see on the tops of the diamonds. It kind of shines like the northern lights, so you got lots of purples, greens, and blues reflected. It's super shiny, and it's a nice pale yellow. Super pretty. Here's our next special, Z754, another fairy dust. This one more pinky, still very pretty. Lots of small handful colors. And our final fairy dust, Z728, a nice yellow. It's not very easy to see that coating, a little easier than the others, but yeah, still kind of tricky to see. Oh. Then we have our second AB3861, that nice like taupey brown. The coating is super bright on this one. And some greens and a brown. Oh, I already forgot this one had frosted. Okay, so M5200, the M just means that it's a frosted diamond, so it kind of looks like sea glass almost, is the best way to describe it. Yeah, super pretty. Really like these guys. You can kind of see they have like more of a matte finish to them than something sparkly, and they're like super rounded on the top instead of faceted like usual diamonds. They're very pretty. Okay, that is it for the diamonds. Yeah, we could pretty much do this from top to bottom. Okay, so we are looking for the up arrow for that yellow AB, the four corners, dot dash, squiggly, and I don't even know what I would call that one. I don't even know why I'm trying to name them. So we're going to go from the top down, and I'm just going to point out, but I will zoom in just a little bit more. Yeah, and I'll point out where some of those specials go. So the first biggest patch that I can see is all these whites here. That is that frosted diamond, so highlighting along the window, along the back of the bird here, behind him, this giant patch here. So that's that white frosted. The up arrow is highlighting a little here. Yeah, there's just a few spots of it in this tree back here. So that's a yellow AB, followed by that yellow fairy dust. There's more giant patches of that one there. I think that's it for up there. Yeah, and then that more pinky fairy dust is actually doing some highlighting along her hat here, along the top here, and it's this line in the background here, and then some more highlighting under her hat, a little pocket of it there and there, but that's that more peachy fairy dust. It's also right there, and then that lighter peachy one is right along her hair there, and down in here too for her hair. Ooh, and it's all along our bird back here, both those peachy pinky fairy dusts, followed by nope, okay, I'm gonna keep moving it down. Yeah, make sure I'm still, I think I could get the bottom half. Yeah, that's the bottom half. Okay, oh, you know what, that taupey AB is right in here. It's also on the stamp of the letter, and along the bird's eye here. I think that's it. I mean, there wasn't a lot to begin with, so I don't expect there to be a ton in here. There's more of that fairy dust right along her sleeve there, that yellow fairy dust there, and on the letter too. And yeah, I think that's all that I see. Interesting. I thought there would have been a couple more of the yellows, but I guess it's more sprinkled in that tree up there. Okay, so that's cute. I really like this one. I wonder. I would almost think like there's a lot of these spots of bright red highlighting in here, so I would almost add a yellow fairy dust or something. Yeah, because that's just like a leaf and a flower. Leaf and flowers down here. I would almost add some red or orange fairy dust in these little guys down here and this leaf here. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna wrap this one up and grab the next one. All right, next up is Moon and Tides by Bear Brickja. This is 55.6 by 73.7, another round kit. Again, we'll go quicker on this one. Alright, so in here, we have another bronze. It's still very pretty. And here is that full artwork. 69 colors. That's so pretty. And we have 181 metallic, 6 fairy dusts, 5 fairy dusts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fairy dusts. Pretty. Oh, I love those colors. Lots of pinks in this one. Okay. Let's zoom out just a touch. Oh, that's gonna be pretty. That's gonna stand out. These like gold lines through here, the pinks of her shirt. Oh, that's going to be so much fun. Look at her hair. Okay. Sorry, there's 6 fairy dusts. I missed one. Oh, that failed. Okay, I'm gonna zoom just a touch. Oh, this is so pretty. You could see this. Don't mind that. This is so pretty. That background will work up so quickly. It's all one color pretty much. That would go by so fast. Would make all these other colors really stand out because that's 310. Now, like, that's black. But all of this would stand out so well against it. Whoa. Oh, this is so pretty. Look at her hair and her face. Oh, I love this. Okay. I especially love how bright the ends of her hair are. It's like the darker colors up here. Oh, so pretty. Okay. Again, quicker look. So we're going to get into the colors. There's kind of what we're working with here. Starting off. Alright, starting off strong. We have 5 bags, 310 here. And then we get into our first special Z3865, a white fairy dust. A big bag of that too. Some more browns. Look at all these pinks. Those are so pretty. And then even more pinks. Oh, 3808. Very pretty color. I forgot to mention this with the other one. Hold up. Here's another fairy dust 3776, a darker brown, and you can really see that coppery coating on top. I think so far this one shows the fairy dust the best. And then right beside it, there was a more peachy one, 3855. I think I forgot to mention this, but never mind. 3823, a kind of like off-white ivory fairy dust. And then we have K444 beside this one. So that's a bright yellow or gold metallic. I say as the name. Okay, DiamondArtClub has them named Electro, but these are metallics and they have a very metal shine to them. So there we go. And that's gorgeous. 3809. Such a pretty fairy dust. That bluey sheen to it. Another bright pink. As I was trying to say, DiamondArtClub has recently tightened up their drill field, so multiplacing is a lot easier. Whether that's actually true or just speculation, and who knows, because they haven't confirmed it, but it's just something I noticed while working on some of the newer rounds. This is fairy dust 340, a purpley. It's very pretty. The coating's a little more faint on this one than the other ones. It's a very pretty color. Yeah, so I don't know if they've actually tightened it up, but I've noticed multi-placing has gotten easier on the newer kits. I couldn't tell you when that started though. And our very last handful colors. Just there for shading and detail. Oop, I lied. Here's our AB318, a gray. Okay, now we're done. Let's figure out where those go. We're gonna go top down, and I am not gonna read those out. I'm just gonna do my best to figure out where everything is. So first things first, that bright like off ivory fairy dust that I said, it's actually the center of all of these little symbols around her head. It's in the band there. That is followed up by the white fairy dust right in this one. There's a couple sprinkled there, more of that white sprinkled within the background in these little dots. Some more whites in these guys here. It's also in your earrings. This is both those fairy dusts. Oh, sorry, all three. So the white, the off, and then the more yellowy, peachy looking one is actually all in this earring. It's all in the center of these pieces here. It's outlining here, and there's also that down arrow, that dark yellow symbol that you see there, is that metallic. That'll be neat. Okay. Oh, there's some more of the white fairy dust in her face there. All of these little stars have some of that white fairy dust. And I wonder, yep, her hair, like right in here, has that purple fairy dust. That's what I was looking for. Oh, and that coppery brown is also outlining right in the circle around her. Okay, I think I covered it. Let's move this down. I don't know if I'll be able to find that a B, but we'll try. Just because there was so little of it. Anyways, there's more of that that white fairy dust in there. Another small patch of that purple fairy dust. And then there's more of it highlighting down in her hair right in here. All of those specials are still in these swirls down here. So that is the ivory, the yellow, and the brown fairy dust, followed by that metallic. So that's all in here. And that pretty much continues. I'll go back. All 4 of those are found throughout all of these little like golden pieces. So that's gonna be pretty. And that white is actually highlighting throughout her hair. It is that brightest color that you see. The 8B. I don't know where that 8B is. First off, there's more of the white underneath her shirt here too. Okay, so the only one I don't know where it is that 8B. I thought maybe it could be in the stars. Oh, there it is. It's at the very bottom of her hair here. So there's just a few here. Some more right along here. And that seems throughout it. It was a very small bag, so I really don't expect there to be a whole lot. But yeah, okay. I think these like golden swoops are going to be so much fun to do with all those specials. Yeah, this one's going to be so pretty. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this one up and grab the next one. Alright, so slight difference with this one is all the blue branding and the giant square on the front, because this one is a square kit, unlike the other 2 being rounds. So, oh, I should say this is Mars by Roy Trin, 65 by 97.8 centimeters. Oh, big sucker. Okay. Oh. Yet another bronze card. There we go. And there is a full look at that artwork. 49 colors. Yeah. 3 ABs, 3 Fairdust. Ooh, those are fun colors. I love like all these shades of like pinky reds. Those are going to be fun to work with. Anyways, let's jump into this. Ooh. So we have the bottom of our kit. That is going to be fun. I noticed a lot of these, like looking back at my Roy, like this whole Sailor series, a lot of them have that more brown tone to them. This one plus Red Moon would be a nice break in between all those browns. Look at how pretty she is. Once all of these release, I do plan on working on them all together. So that's why I said that. But, oh, okay, so obviously her dress, her hair, a lot of the background detail at the bottom, lots of confetti, but then you get some more color blocking within this background up here and some of the details in this top corner. Oh my gosh, look at these colors. This is amazing. Look at all those reds. I can see one AB tucked in there, that pale yellow. We have a like dusty purple there for another one. An orange tucked in there. And that would be our green fairy dust right in here, I think. I believe that would be our blue fairy dust. And 712. Sorry. That one I don't see, but I think it's more in this color range here. I won't be opening this up just because I'm not planning to work on this right away. I'm going to wait for the last two to be released. And I would like to keep this packaging as neat as possible for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause here and actually put up a picture of the full artwork because I will never get this in frame. So I'm going to pause, take a few seconds, and then we are going to take a peek at where these specials go. I'm going to do my best to point them out and kind of say what colors they are because we're not opening that up. I do know this one was unboxed by another creator. I watched it, so if you would like to see those colors, I would highly recommend popping over and taking a peek or just searching it up. You should be able to find it. Anyways, okay, that's rambling done. Let's take a look over where these specials go. So we are looking for an E and a plus sign for those ABs, the four corners of spade, and the up arrow for those fairy dusts. So first one I can see actually is the ends in these little bits here. So that will be some of that orange AB. We got the plus signs down in her crown here. Do I want to say that it's a crown? It's a flower crown. So we have those yellow ABs all in her crown here, followed by that blue fairy dust doing some highlighting. The E's, I feel like that would be up here. Nope, apparently not. But it is just below the kind of like circle or halo around her head. That is where that pale purple maybe is, right in there. And I am surprised this white isn't something. I might turn that into a fairy dust myself. There's more of that yellow AB kind of like right back here, more of that orange right along her hair there. Sorry, did I say white? I meant yellow AB. Yeah. We also have, I thought I saw it. Yeah. So the spade, that purpley pinky fairy dust is actually in this kind of like swirl here. I don't know what you would want to call that. It's also up in these two top parts here. So that's that purpley pinky fairy dust. And I'm going to keep moving it down. Her earring is that yellow AB. Oh, that purple is actually the center of her eyes. The purple AB. Oh, she's gorgeous. Oh, I love this. Look at that movement in her. Oh, it's so pretty. More of that fairy dust, that purpley fairy dust here. I'm just going to go with purpley for now. Purpley pinky right there. It's also along in this one here. And I think I saw a little bit more of it right there too. A few spots of that yellow AB sprinkled around in here. Some more of that yellow there. There's an N, that bright orange AB highlighting along her sleeve there. I would be tempted to add a red fairy dust highlighting along her clothes. Just in those folds. I think that would be interesting. That doesn't come with the kit. That would be something I'd just add. There's more of that yellow AB sprinkled in the background here. More this bright blue that you see here is that blue fairy dust. A couple more of that orange highlighting along her sleeve. This the brightest purple in this flower is that AB. It's actually all throughout these flowers here doing that highlighting. I can move this down a little more. So the brightest purple that you see in these flowers is all that purple AB. And then we have more of that blue outlining here, some more of those yellows there. That green fairy dust is sprinkled down in there. There's a couple more of the orange AB. More of that blue on that flower. Of course, all the little bright yellow spots that you see is that yellow AB. A good sweep both here and here for that orange AB. The blue along here is that fairy dust. A few more of that yellow AB. It's more of that green sprinkled it back here. And then we have that purple highlighting in these flowers. And then, yeah, more of that green down here, more of that bright blue, the orange. I think that's everything. Yeah, I really would be tempted to add a red fairy dust highlighting just outside that, yep, that orange, I think. So that is, let me get to the top here. I think, did I miss more of that? Hold on. I did. Okay, hold on. This whole strip down here, right in here, a lot in here is that purpley pinky fairy dust. So there's more of that running throughout the background on here. It's the center of this flower here. More in these side petals over here. And now that's it. That's all that I can see. Okay, sorry, I kind of forgot about that one. I think she's gonna look absolutely gorgeous. I am so excited to work with all those reds. That's going to be so much fun. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this one up here. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I will see you in the next one. Oh, I forgot her hair here is all that fairy dust too. Ooh, it's in her hair. I really missed that one. That purpley pink fairy dust. Anyways, I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.